When someone is injured and their claim is accepted, they often make the mistake of thinking that they don't need to seek legal advice. If it's a minor claim and you know that you're going to be back at work within days or a week or two, fine. But what happens with a lot of people is that and a back injury is a very good example, and I've heard this thousands of times. I've hurt my back at work, it's probably just a strain and I'll probably be okay. Then 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm not okay. In fact, it's getting worse. Back to the doctor says, oh look, perhaps we'd better send you off for a scan. This is not a back strain, you've actually prolapsed or herniated a disc. I'm now going to send you off to a surgeon. So there's no problem with the claim because the claim's been accepted. But at this point, this is a tipping point for a lot of people, because then what happens is that people start to get very stressed and worried about, am I going to be able to return to my place of employment? Am I going to be able to resume my vocation if it's a physical type job and you've sustained a back injury? Do I have to have the surgery? What are my other options? So it's a very stressful time for people, despite the fact that their claim is a valid one and been accepted. And I give that as an example of where people should really seek legal advice. After all, it costs nothing to come and see us to get some advice about what your rights are going forward if in fact your injury turns out not to be minor. And within a couple of weeks you get a handle on that. You know probably where you're at within 2 to 4 weeks. And it's particularly prevalent with people who sustain spinal injuries and also shoulder injuries and knee injuries, especially shoulder injuries, because they can be quite difficult sometimes to treat. There are a variety of shoulder injuries to tendons and rotator cuff tendon, cerebrospinatus tendons and so forth that can be quite chronic long term for people that have done physical work, and it might mean that it's difficult for them to get back and do physical work. So one shouldn't assume just because your claim has been accepted that you don't need to seek legal advice, and as it's free, you've got nothing to lose, and it hopefully reassures people about their rights, and also we're there to back them up should some issue arise in relation to their claim going down the track.